Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing you made money while you were still asleep. No clocking in, no endless grind, just a system quietly working for you. Sounds impossible? It isn't anymore. Thanks to AI, everyday people now have the same leverage once reserved for billion-dollar companies. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to tap into that power, even if you're just starting out, even if you've failed before. So grab a seat, open your mind, and let's dive into the laziest and smartest way to build income online. Alright, let me share something real with you. People often confuse being lazy with being unmotivated, but I see it completely differently. To me, lazy has always meant smart. It means looking for leverage, finding efficiency, and refusing to waste energy where it doesn't matter. Think about it. If two people want the same result, and one spends 10 hours grinding while the other finds a way to get it done in 2, who's actually smarter? One of my midlife clients once told me, "I don't have the luxury of hustling nonstop anymore. I need results, not exhaustion." And that hit me. You don't win in life by doing more busy work. You win by finding the edge that saves you time, energy, and money. That's what this journey with AI is really about. Not idleness, but creating freedom. So, ask yourself, where in your life could you start working smarter instead of harder? You know, one of the biggest reasons people give up on making money online isn't because they're not smart enough or driven enough. It's because they chose the wrong model at the wrong time. I call it the model mismatch. Imagine trying to run a marathon when you've never even jogged a mile. Of course you'd burn out. It's the same with business. Drop shipping, Amazon FBA, even building apps. These can all work, but most require upfront capital, advanced skills, or years of trial and error. I've seen young creators and even middle-aged professionals jump into these models, only to get crushed by the barriers. And it's not their fault. They were simply following advice meant for someone in a different stage of the journey. The truth is, success comes from finding a business model that fits where you are right now. That alignment changes everything. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you own a small bakery. To serve more customers, you'd need to buy more ovens, hire more staff, and spend more hours working. Your income grows, but so does your effort. And eventually you hit a wall. Now imagine a different bakery, one with a secret recipe that magically duplicates the dough on its own. With the same ingredients and the same effort, it can serve 100 or even 1,000 customers. That's scalability. In the world of online business, this is what separates hustling endlessly from building real freedom. A scalable model allows your income to grow without your workload multiplying alongside it. I've watched midlife clients who once felt trapped by time suddenly breathe again once they discovered scalable income streams. And I want you to ask yourself, are you building something that grows with you, or something that chains you to more hours? One of the first questions I always get is, how much money do I need to start? And I get it. The fear of losing hard-earned savings keeps so many people stuck on the sidelines. That's why I always remind my clients, the smartest beginner business models are low risk. You shouldn't have to drain your bank account just to test an idea. Think about it. With dropshipping or Amazon FBA, you're often required to spend thousands upfront on ads or inventory. And if it doesn't work, that money is gone. But today, with digital products powered by AI, you can create something valuable with almost no upfront cost. I've seen people build their first product on nothing more than a laptop and an internet connection. Low risk means you can keep playing the game, even if your first attempt isn't a home run. That's how you build confidence without gambling your future. Here's the thing. If you're going to put your time and energy into building something, make sure it has the potential to truly change your life. High reward doesn't mean chasing a lottery ticket. It means choosing a model where every bit of effort compounds over time. I've seen people spend years in businesses that could never pay them more than a modest side income, no matter how hard they worked. That's a trap. Instead, focus on opportunities with unlimited upside, like digital products. Once created, they can be sold again and again without extra work. I had a client who launched a simple course for $47. A year later, it's brought in 6 figures because the same product kept selling. That's the power of compounding. When you pick a model with high reward, even small wins today can snowball into real financial independence tomorrow. So ask yourself, is what you're building scalable enough to grow while you sleep? I want you to imagine this. Starting a business used to mean months of planning. huge budgets, and endless trial and error. But with Digital Products 2.0, powered by AI, that world has completely changed. What once took me and my team weeks, writing, designing, editing, can now be done in hours, sometimes minutes. And here's the best part. The cost of testing new ideas has dropped to almost zero. It's like having unlimited spins on a wheel where every attempt is free. If a product doesn't sell, you simply try again without losing anything. But when you land on that winning idea, even just once, it can pay you over and over again. I've watched beginners create an ebook in a weekend and see their first sales within days. That kind of speed and freedom didn't exist before. This is the real revolution. AI removes the barriers and lets anyone play the game. Think about how overwhelming it feels to research a new topic. You open 10 tabs, skim dozens of articles, maybe even try to read a few books, and still walk away unsure. That's exactly where AI becomes your secret weapon. AI isn't just a tool. It's like having a personal research team working 24/7. It can scan thousands of studies, blogs, and reports in minutes, then distill everything into clear, usable insights. One of my clients wanted to create a guide on investing for beginners. Instead of spending months studying markets, he used AI to pull together the principles of Warren Buffett, insights from top financial journals, and real-world case studies, all in one weekend. The result? A product so thorough that even professionals were impressed. You don't have to be the expert anymore. With AI as your knowledge engine, the expertise is already at your fingertips, and you can focus on sharing it with the world. Here's a truth most people overlook. Your audience doesn't buy a product because they're curious about you. They buy it because it solves their problem. Think about it. When you download a map, you don't care who drew it. You just care if it gets you to your destination. The same principle applies to digital products. Some of the most successful online courses and ebooks out there are completely faceless, created by people who never showed up on camera or even used their real voice. And guess what? Customers didn't mind one bit, because the value was in the solution, not the personality behind it. I once worked with a client who launched a faceless fitness planner, and within months it was outselling well-known influencers. Why? Because it addressed a specific need better than anyone else. So don't get stuck thinking you need fame or credentials. In today's world, the solution is the star, not the creator. One mistake I see all the time is people relying on just one generic AI tool and expecting it to do everything. The truth is, just like in real life, you need the right tool for the right job. Imagine trying to slice sashimi with a butter knife. Technically possible, but frustrating and messy. Now swap that for a sharp chef's knife, and the result is effortless. That's exactly how specialized AI tools work. For example, 11 Labs can generate stunningly realistic voices, perfect for audiobooks or faceless videos. Ideogram creates visuals that grab attention instantly. And platforms like Synthesize AI can build entire ebooks or courses in hours instead of weeks. When you stack these specialized tools together, you create products that look and sound professional without the heavy lifting. The edge doesn't come from working harder. It comes from knowing which tools to master. That's how you build faster, smarter, and better than the competition. Let me share a powerful secret with you. You don't need a massive marketing budget to get your product in front of the right people. This is where influencer arbitrage comes in. Instead of spending thousands on ads that may or may not work, you can partner with micro-influencers, creators with small but highly engaged audiences. These influencers often struggle to monetize, yet their followers trust them deeply. One of my clients partnered with a fitness coach who had just 40,000 Instagram followers. They struck a simple deal: promote the digital product and get paid only for actual sales. Within weeks, the coach made money, my client made money, and the audience got real value. That's the beauty of this model. It's low risk, high reward, and everybody wins. Imagine leveraging dozens of these micro-partnerships at once. Suddenly, your distribution is handled for you, and you only pay when the cash is already in the door. Here's where most beginners go wrong. They try to compete in markets that are way too broad. Fitness, productivity, personal finance. Those spaces are oceans filled with sharks. Instead, the real opportunity lies in what I call third-layer niches. Go deeper. Don't just talk about productivity. Create a guide for reducing screen time as a self-employed professional. Don't just target fitness. Design a program for marathon runners over 50 dealing with knee pain. See the difference? The narrower you go, the less competition you face, and the more desperate your audience is for a solution that feels made just for them. One of my clients built a simple digital course, helping young soccer players get signed to pro academies. It didn't appeal to everyone, but to the right audience, it was priceless. That's the magic of third-layer niches. You stop being just another option, and you become the only option. When people ask me, where do I even start? I always point them to the simplest path. Begin with an ebook. Why? Because ebooks are quick to create, easy to price affordably, and perfect for testing whether your idea has real demand. Think of it as dipping your toe in the water without diving headfirst. Once you've made your first 1 to 3 sales, you've got something priceless. Proof of concept. From there, the next step is natural. Expand that ebook into a video course, a planner, or even bundle multiple resources together. I once worked with a client who started with a $12 ebook on meal prep for busy parents. Within months, it evolved into a full online course and membership that generated recurring revenue. The lesson is simple. Start small, validate fast, then scale big. Every empire begins with a single brick. Your ebook is that first brick. One of the biggest traps I see people fall into is chasing the illusion of get rich quick. They expect overnight success, and when it doesn't happen, they quit. The truth is, wealth doesn't appear like magic, but with the right model, you can get rich quicker and easier than the old paths. I've worked with nurses, teachers, even construction workers who told me, if hard work alone made people rich, I'd be a millionaire by now. And they're right. Hard work is important, but without leverage, it just keeps you stuck. With AI and digital products, you finally have tools that speed up the process and lower the barriers. But don't mistake quicker for instant. Think in weeks or months, not years, but also not days. If you're patient enough to play the game and realistic enough to stay consistent, you'll find yourself ahead of 99% of people still chasing shortcuts. I want you to picture this like a game. Imagine a wheel with red and green slices. Every time you spin, if it lands on red, nothing happens. You lose nothing. But when it lands on green, you win big. Now here's the secret. With digital products, you get unlimited spins. You can try 10 times, 20 times, even 100 times. And the only way you truly lose is if you stop spinning altogether. I've seen clients launch 5 products that went nowhere, only to have the 6th explode and change their entire financial life. The beauty is that every failure is just feedback, a free lesson pointing you closer to what works. Traditional businesses don't give you that luxury. They drain your wallet with every mistake. But here, the cost of trying again is close to zero. So if you're serious about building freedom, remember, persistence beats perfection. Keep spinning until you hit green. If there's one shift that can completely change your financial future, it's moving from one-time sales to recurring revenue. Think about it. Would you rather chase new customers every single month, or wake up knowing you already have income locked in? That's the power of memberships, subscriptions, and communities. I've worked with countless midlife clients who told me, I don't need flashy wins, I need stability. And that's exactly what recurring models deliver. Imagine selling an ebook once, then turning it into a monthly membership where people get new resources, coaching calls, or even a private community. Suddenly, your income isn't a guessing game anymore. It's predictable, steady, and growing. One client of mine started with a $19 meal planning subscription. A year later, she had hundreds of members, and the consistency gave her peace of mind she'd never had before. Stability isn't boring, it's freedom. I like to think of digital products the same way investors think of their portfolios. You'd never put every dollar into a single stock, right? The same goes for building income streams online. One product might do amazingly well for a season, but trends shift, markets cool, and sales can dip. That's why diversification matters. Spread your efforts across different niches: finance, wellness, hobbies, even professional skills. I had a client who started with a budgeting guide, then added a meditation journal and later a guitar course. Each product served a different audience, and together, they created a steady flow of income. When one slowed down, another picked up. The result? Stability, growth, and peace of mind. The portfolio approach isn't about luck. It's about balance. When you build like this, you protect yourself from downturns and set yourself up for long-term success. Alright, let's make this super practical. If you've been watching so far and wondering, okay, but how do I actually start? Here's a mini playbook you can apply immediately. Step 1. Brainstorm at least 20 third-layer pain point ideas for a very specific group of people. The more focused, the better. For example, instead of fitness, think busy moms who want 15-minute home workouts. Instead of finance, think millennials drowning in student debt. The more specific, the easier it is to stand out. Step 2. Use AI to create a 30-50-page ebook outline. You don't need to spend months writing. AI can give you the structure in minutes. Step 3. Boost the value by adding extras like templates, planners, or checklists. These small add-ons make your product feel premium. Step 4. Build a simple landing page and test your price between $9 and $19. Keep it straightforward. You don't need a fancy website. Step 5. Reach out to 20-50 micro-influencers who already have the audience you want. Offer them a revenue share or affiliate deal so they only get paid when sales come in. Finally, once you've made your first 1 to 3 sales, you've got proof of concept. That's the green light to improve your content, turn it into a mini course, raise your price, and start scaling. Remember, you don't need perfection to begin. You just need momentum. This process is designed to get you moving quickly, with low risk and high upside. And once you've proven it works once, you can rinse and repeat. That's how small steps turn into life-changing income. So here's the truth. Building income online with AI isn't about luck or grinding yourself into the ground. It's about choosing smarter paths, lowering risk, and creating systems that keep working even when you're not. Whether you're in your 20s, dreaming of freedom, or in your 50s looking for stability, this is your moment. The tools are here, the opportunities are wide open, and the only real question left is, will you take the first step? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these ideas resonated with you most? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation. And if this video gave you value, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me keep sharing strategies that can truly change lives, including yours.